Werewolves of London, the legendary Warren Zevon. Well, how about the coyotes of New York? Spotted in New York City parks, on rooftops, even on the streets, coyotes have made it clear they are now here in the city, and apparently they're here to stay. A new pilot project is keeping track of these shy yet clever creatures as they navigate and potentially take a bite of the Big Apple as urbanization encroaches on their habitats. Tonight, as part of our ongoing series, Peril and Promise, we'll take a look at how New Yorkers and coyotes can coexist. Joining me now to talk about all of this is Mark Weckel, the co-founder of Gotham Coyote Project and assistant director of youth initiatives at the American Museum of Natural History. Mark, nice to have you here with us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Talk about the project first before we get into the specifics. How did the project come to be and what does it focus on?
Sure. So Gotham Coyote started about 7 years ago. We're a collaboration of researchers, educators, and my favorite, students from New York City, working together to really understand these new critters, coyotes, that have only recently arrived in New York City.
Explain to me why it is now we're starting to see, and we have started for a while now, we're starting to see coyotes essentially inserting themselves into the New York City environment.
So New York City is almost a little late to the game. They have been in cities such as Boston and Toronto for decades. And it's part of a much larger story that, as the coyotes, we think of it as really an animal of the West.
Yeah.
You think of the coyote and the roadrunner. And in many ways, it is a symbol of the wilderness. Over the last 100 years, it's been expanding its range east. And about 1995 was the first time we actually saw a coyote in New York City.
How are they able to make a living in what you would suspect, if you didn't know more about it, would be such a foreign environment to them?
We do call ourselves Gotham Coyote, one to get you to listen.
Yeah.
But the coyotes that we're studying in New York City, they really are in our natural areas. You know, New York City is really lucky to have 19% of our land to be parkland. Yeah. And there are these natural spaces, woodlands, brushy habitats, and fields where most of our coyotes call home. So when you're actually with us in the field, if we were to take you out to show you some of our camera traps that we use to monitor these coyotes, you wouldn't know necessarily that you were in the Bronx.
Okay.
Because we're deep in the forest or we're deep in the fields. So for the most part, a coyote in New York City is behaving almost like a coyote you would find in a more rural environment. It's eating natural things such as small mammals or rabbits, and it's doing so in our urban metropolis by avoiding us. It's active in parks when we aren't. Okay. So it's this kind of interesting mix-up where they can live side by side with us, but the secret to that success is to avoid us at all costs.
What about us and them? Is there a danger? I'm sure people are saying, whoa, coyotes, that sounds scary.
Totally, and the reason we started this project really is to make the unfamiliar familiar. And that's the reason why we do our research and our education. 99% of New Yorkers will go their whole life never seeing a coyote. I've been studying for the past decade. I've only seen one in New York City with my own eyes.
Really?
Yes.
I wonder if people would even recognize them as coyotes if they came across.
At a distance, it perhaps looks like a small dog. We're talking about a 35 to 45 pound animal, kind of a tawny coat. So at a glance, yes, it could look like a dog. And probably many people, maybe who've seen a coyote, thought they saw a dog. But in general, it's very unlikely to see them. We have to go to great lengths actually to get the data on the coyotes. So to give you an example, we have to put out a camera trap. So this is a camera, similar to one in your phone, that's triggered by the movement of a warm-bodied animal. We often have to leave it out for 2 months at a time simply to get a single photograph.
So they're that elusive?
They're that elusive. We'll pick up their scat, poop, feces, in order to figure out what they're eating, and from that we'll extract their DNA to figure out what who that coyote was, how many there might be. But we have to go to great lengths to find that scat. So these are not animals that when you go through a park, you see the pigeons, you see the squirrels. That's the wildlife most New Yorkers will encounter. Our project, it's called Gotham Coyote, but we study Bronx coyotes. That's the borough that is really where we find coyotes.
And is that simply because of the environment? There are more places there that they can come to and not just exist, but thrive?
It's almost just the first stop. It's our only mainland borough. So getting there from Westchester, where they've been since the 70s, is quite easy.
They don't have to take a bridge or a tunnel.
They don't have to take a bridge or a tunnel. And Bronx is really green and well connected. We have huge, beautiful parks like Pelham Bay and Van Cortlandt, and even the East Bronx waterfront has beautiful parks along it. And they have natural areas where a coyote can hunt, raise pups, all with minimizing contact with people.
So last question for you then. Bottom line, what do you want people to know about coyotes? What's important for them to understand?
I think it has to start with knowing that they're here. You know, it can't be a secret, because I don't blame someone for hearing about an icon of wilderness, an icon of the West in New York City. Seems like a contradiction, seems like something to be scary. We're hoping that through our work, finding out a little bit more about their ecology and spreading and learning and teaching people about this, we can understand a little bit more about it and become to fear it a lot less. I would say at very least an appreciation. Making a living for anyone in New York City is tough. I'm a New Yorker myself, born and raised, and it's equally tough for a coyote. And so I think learning about it also will at the same time let us see our city as nature.
And that's a nice thing to remember, as you said in the very beginning, how much of our city is indeed greenery and not what we think of as a concrete jungle.
So a little bit inspirational.
Yeah. And Mark, it's fascinating.
Thank you.
Just what you're doing is so interesting and so compelling and helping us to understand our environment so much better. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll get you back soon.
Thank you very much.
All right, you be well.
All right.